Alrighty. My apologies, y'all. I thought that calling customer service at 6:35 would be adequate time. I was trying to sneak in one more booking before this, but it didn't work. But and I just need y'all to all say it collectively. Tell the suppliers, the cruise people, the everybody, stop changing stuff. What you had worked the first time. And it's Carlene and CWC, and this is the Monday meetup where every Monday at 7 p.m. you get some sort of content. And today we are doing a live stream, and we're going to recap if you all watched the Denmark vlog. So we're going to talk about how to maximize your long layovers, talk about some of the content that I released, and then get caught up in all of your lovely travels. So welcome in, everyone. My name is Carlene, solo traveler extraordinaire. This is my channel, See It With C, where we do a lot of solo cruising, particularly also some solo travels. And this is the Monday Meetup, my weekly live stream. Let's see who we have in the chat, and thanks for so patiently waiting. We have MH Family Adventures saying hello and happy Monday. Happy Monday, Rockwell. Welcome back. And Rockwell is premiering tonight at 8:30. My plan is to get way out of her way. I had to leave work early today because I just had like this headache that would not stop. And I don't know if it was like light induced or maybe I didn't drink enough water this weekend or what, but it would not let up. So I came home, took a nap, and then I was like, let me just, I like sticking to when I say I'm going to do something, do my live streams at 7. We're going to do the live streams at 7. But yeah, I don't know if I have it in me today to go super long. But we're going for sure. And I wanted to talk about I like using this space as an opportunity to talk about some of the things that, when I'm doing the vlog or anybody's doing the vlog, there's a lot of stuff that we leave out or we can't edit or, just little minute details that kind of, don't really keep people's attention. So I like to use the Monday Meetup to talk about some of those like behind the scene baseball moments that you might not see or want to elaborate on. And that's me telling I hate being late. So that was me letting the folks know I'm coming. It was just taking a little longer than expected. It was not the usual suspect. Everything was working, but yeah. Small little things sometimes make a big difference whenever they change certain systems in the travel industry. And today was one of those ones where it was like, oh, that was supposed to be a quick, fast booking. And it turned out not so much so. Hey, Kristen, welcome in. Thanks for being a moderator. Kristen's fresh off of Wonder of the Seas. And I'm sending people over to Kristen's Instagram because I love whenever Kristen's traveling, her Instagram stories are impeccable. So yes, we were live. I was like, come on. She was doing good. She was actually working really, really fast. And it's just something that has been like a small change recently that's kind of jacked up the systems, and it hasn't been like a really good transition back. Not really good, but it's just been a slow transition with some of the things. And today was the day that I was like, oh, finally called it in. And I thought I can call in 20 minutes. And nope. We got a new member. Who is this? Big Murph is in the building for real. Welcome to the C-Suite, Murph. Hope you enjoy it there. A lot of behind the scenes content. I actually have some stuff on my phone that me walking around DC yesterday I need to upload for the channel members, and the channel members get first dibs on where my next trips are. So that's up there. Channel members get a discount if you book through me. Channel members get sometimes first look at vlogs, exclusive content. We're trying to do some more members only chats, etc. So welcome in. Hope you enjoy the C-Suite while you're there. Thanks for joining the membership. There's a lot of cool people back there. So thank you. Who else? Let me go back up here. Hi, Monet to the T is in the building. Welcome in, Monet. Thanks for being here. Murph is speaking, saying hello to everyone in the chat. And actually seeing Murph reminds me of on Saturday, the 17th, I left my little smoothie downstairs. We only get water today. Saturday the 17th at, I think is it 7? I shouldn't call out times before in my times without referring to a calendar. But Saturday the 17th at like 7 o'clock-ish, the Meet and I Awards. It's our biggest night in YouTube. So come on, live stream Meet Now. It's like a real official thing. They got a whole pregame show. They have a bunch of award categories, a lot of your favorite YouTubers who wouldn't be necessarily recognized anywhere outside of our community. are recognized on the Meet Night Awards. So if you find yourself on YouTube on Saturday the 17th, tune in. It's fun. It's fun. It gets competitive, but it's a lot of love in the chat and seeing who all the winners are. So tune into the Meet Night Awards. And Murph is one of the I think he got a couple of them. New channel of the year, I think, was the one that sticks with me the most. So welcome in, Murph. On to Go Yellow. Also, speaking of Meet and I nominees, I'm a nominee myself. So is Image Adventures, but then On the Go Yellow has a few awards out there. I think it's 2 or 3. She's in the best solo category with myself. Sig and the Jen Danielle Experience. That category was stacked, baby. So welcome in, Yolo. Congratulations. And I was just watching your Enchantment of the Seas vlog, Yolo, on Saturday while on the treadmill. I might not have left anybody who I watched on Saturday while I was on the treadmill, I might not have left a comment. I try to leave comments because I know so many people now are watching YouTube on their television. So that analytics, that matrix of the whole leaving a comment on videos is starting to kind of creep away. So as much as possible, I try to leave a comment, but I realized I might not left a comment on your Enchantment of the Seas vlog, but I really like that vlog because Enchantment of the Seas is my first Royal Caribbean cruise. And I took it leaving out of Baltimore, and I took it right when the pandemic was kind of like letting up, but it kept coming back, kept going back and forth. I don't know. But Enchantment of the Seas didn't have as much of a vibe to it. And then now I'm watching it in Tampa. Maybe it's just having a little more sunshine to it because I got on Enchantment in gloomy Baltimore one day in March, I think. It looks a little different. It looks a little different, at least a little more livelier. So I'm enjoying your vlog. Chester Ogilvy in the building. Hi, Chester. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Love that avatar, your profile pic. Nice, well lit. So good seeing you here. Your sis, Cassandra. I got it right. It's in the building. Hi, Cassandra. Thanks for being here. It's like your 4th Monday in a row. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for popping in. Marilyn Melatives in the building saying happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. We survived that first week back. And now we are on to the second week of the year and already coming up on our first holiday. It's like you dip your toe in the productivity water and it's like, whew, that was enough. Now, this stretch after Martin Luther King, between Martin Luther King and May, is the devil's work. You hear me? Because that's when we go straight with no holidays. Yola D is in the building. I'm sorry, Ken. Welcome in, Ken Hill. Oh, I like yours. Ken look a little jazzy in his profile picture. All right. And y'all are showing out in these profile pics. Welcome in, Ken Hill. Thanks for being here. Yola D is in the building saying good evening. Good evening, Yola D. Drew is in the building saying happy Monday to all. Happy Monday. Hi, Miss Carla. Thanks for being here. She is waving. Kristen's Instagram is about to get flooded. If you like good, I was sitting there watching your IG stories, and I was like, I need to like figure out a way to like make Kristen my like IG manager because my little Instagram stories be like terrible when I'm traveling. I love the aesthetic and the things that you catch, Kristen, and the activities that you find. Like, so they were road tripping. I know Kristen's not a YouTuber per se, but she's in the social media YouTube cruise tube community. A big supporter of a lot of our channels. And so I don't know, Kristen, you would drop your Instagram, but whenever Kristen like travels, her IG stories, I'm locked in. So they started with road tripping to, I guess they stopped in Orlando first, did like Disney or something, or maybe Universal. And then they road trip down to Miami where they got on Wonder of the Seas. And then they found a beautiful restaurant. I guess Trick Daddy has a restaurant they stopped at. It's a whole, yes, whenever Christian Channel was the whole vibe. And I get to see things I've never seen before. So Murph says, I figured I'd add some color to my name in the chat by joining the membership. Well, welcome in. Thanks for joining the membership. Hope you find it valuable. And I'm working on like never mind. I was working on making sure I give channel members an update on like what the perks are for being a channel member, just so people know. Onio says, welcome to the C-suite to Murph. Yes. Murph says, yes, the Meet and Eye Awards are on deck. Yes, we are locked in. Everyone on Saturday, Meet and Eye's channel. Who else we got here? Chandra Oglesby is here. Loving your profile picture. That is Chester's wife, I think. I hope I didn't marry y'all wasn't supposed to marry y'all on the internet, but Chandra Oglesby is in the building saying good evening. Love you. Everybody came through with the crisp profile pictures. Loving the locks, sis. Yola says she is glad or honored to be in the number. Welcome in, Jaretha. Jaretha, have you did your California cruise yet? Jaretha is either headed out or about to get on, was it the Firenze, I think, out of wherever it's coming out of California. Cassandra says yes. She's been on a roll every Monday. Yes, definitely. The name has started to stick. It's good to see new names, and then like sometimes you see new names once, and then you'll see a new name again, and it's like, oh, and it's like, oh, they came back. So cool. Will, thank you for that donation and saying happy Monday. Yours looks good because is that the original what is it, Nassau cruise? Not Nassau, that the island that Royal Caribbean just destroyed in Nassau. I kid a little bit. That looks just like what it used to be in Nassau before they developed that little slip of an island off of Paradise Island before it became the mansions, before you got to the mansions. That's what it looks like in your profile picture off the balcony. I love that water. That is exactly why we cruise. Love seeing it. Who else you got? Drew says Trick Daddy's restaurant is on historic Sistrunk Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale. Great spot. Yes. And Kristen highlighted in her story, and she had like a piece of fried chicken and something else. And when I say like Trick Nut, he now sells his pots on the internet, and he also has a YouTube video, not YouTube. Trick Daddy has a YouTube channel called Where My Pots, and now he actually sells pots. So it's cool to see that like he actually, because sometimes like celebrities get into a business, so like sometimes celebrities will get into alcohol business, and it's like you had no business getting into alcohol. Sometimes celebrities will get into hair care, and it's like, girl, you should have left that alone. So Trick getting into, food, because everyone kind of rumor was like Trick Daddy was like a really good cook. Kind of tracks. So good to know. So if y'all are in Fort Lauderdale, go down to historic Sistrunk Boulevard and visit Trick's restaurant. Kristen says it's good and Drew says it's good. Next time you're in Fort Lauderdale, if you're looking for something else to do differently. Ken Hill is counting down to the ultimate solo group cruise. He says 5 months, and I finally get to meet you, Sig, and the Jen Danielle experience on the solo group cruise. Yes. And we have to give kudos to the what is it? Top 100 the Jen Danielle experience. Congratulations, Jen. She will be on hosting the ultimate solo group cruise with us on in June on Celebrity Reflections. So if you want to be like Ken, be like us, join in. Still time for you to get booked. We are like slowly but surely finalizing like the details. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time where all the solo cruises kind of unite in our own space. Oh, Lord, I see that's why you shouldn't marry people on the internet. Sorry, Chandra. Chandra says Chester is my brother. Okay. Noted. Oh, Lord, Carly. Oh, Jaretha's heading out on Sunday to go to the Firenze. Safe travels, Jaretha. Kristen says yes, that Sunday's eatery in Miami is a must. Not a huge fan of celebrity relaxed restaurants. See, I told you some celebrities need to leave restaurants alone. It's not in their ministry. She said, but he did well. The fried pork chop plate was amazing. Good. So the name is the Sunday's Eatery in Miami. So wait, is the Sunday's Eatery his restaurant or something else? Am I getting things confused? Whatever it was, all the food you shared looked really good. And I feel like I need you to curate like all of my pre-cruise experiences from here on out. Folks, Murph says, thanks for that information, Drew. I'll be in Fort Lauderdale in March. I definitely got to stop by his restaurants. If I'll be there. Yeah, support Black-owned business for sure. Drew says, I can't believe I am packed. Kudos to being packed early. That is a hurdle. I leave next Monday is a trip announcement for me. I'm trying a new to me cruise line. So come back next Monday where we'll do a trip announcement. But I have kind of accepted that I am no longer going to be able to pack like early. So I've been pretty much packing the day before all my trips. I would love to pack early, but I can't. I can't believe you're packed either. So kudos on that, Dree. That's a good hurdle. Now you can just kind of relax, count down the days, versus like run around like a chicken with your head cut off trying to get ready for the trip. Mark Hackett is in the building saying, "What up, CN Chat? What up, Mark Hackett?" And we can finally transition to what we came here for, and that is talking about the Denmark vlog. So hi Caprice, welcome in. Love your the thumbnails are thumbnailing. I'm just telling y'all, like y'all are shining and glowing in these avatars or whatever they're called. I want one like this. I want the fancy border around my head. Capri says, I enjoyed your Denmark video. Cool. So on Sunday, which I think I'm gonna start trying to do premieres on Sunday. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I premiered my Denmark vlog, 12 hours in Denmark, how to maximize a layover. I was first off, let's talk about I'm finally getting through that trip happened in July. So the reason why, like after this trip that's happening on next week, I'm gonna be sat. My plan is to be sat Ken until I meet you in June. I don't want to travel no more until June 21st when I go to the Ultimate Solo Group Cruise, because I have to get all this stuff out of my camera reels like immediately. So as you all know, before that was Portugal. So I'm sure y'all seen the Portugal vlog now for Afro Nation. I was coming back from Afro Nation. And I think like my ticket back, I was kind of like figuring out the best of both worlds, or what was the worst of the worst, or in regards to like what ticket to pick in regards to coming back home. So leaving Portugal, I had like a choice of, I can't remember what all my choices were, but I ended up doing this. I left Portugal like 5 o'clock in the afternoon because I didn't want to like rushing, like trying to get to the airport. So, and where we were staying was like maybe an hour and a half ish, maybe an hour, I think 45 minutes away from the airport. So caught a 5 o'clock flight to Sweden. I literally slept in the Stockholm airport, y'all, because it didn't make any sense to leave the airport. It was like maybe a 5 or 6 hour layover. I wasn't the only one. It was probably like 10 or 15 people who, because I think the plane landed at 12 and the flight was at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So it was like 20 people around me with the same idea. Like, we're just going to sleep until our next flight in this terminal area. Well, something to know, I don't know. One, Stockholm's airport is a freezer. And two, that's why you should always travel with extra clothes, particularly if you plan on bumming it like me. So my plan was, I was like, okay, no point of leaving this airport. I only got 5 hours. No point of trying to get a hotel in Stockholm. Just like sleep here. Got on the 5 o'clock flight to Copenhagen. So between sleeping in the airport and landing in Copenhagen, I got enough sleep. So I was like, okay, cool. Going to leave the airport in Copenhagen, which I would say Europe is very well connected. Like, even when I went to Amsterdam previously, a lot of the place, not all, but a lot of the spots in Europe, literally, you can leave the airport in 15 minutes on a high-speed train. It's not expensive. You are in their central area. It's like that for London. London, don't take the tube. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the London Heathrow Express. Now, that one is pricey. Plus, you're paying in pounds. But you can get from London Heathrow to downtown 20, 30 minutes. You're going to pay for that one. This one, Amsterdam, you can get to the central area of Amsterdam 15 minutes on their metro. Same for Copenhagen. Leave the airport, you can get to their central area 14, 15 minutes. So I decided to do that. And y'all know my favorite thing to do, and I highly recommend this too, to maximize your layovers, or, you know, whenever you're in a city, you're not gonna be there for long, or when you're visiting a new city in general, get your grams by doing a hop on, hop off bus. And that covers a lot of ground. So I was able to experience my 41st country via hop on, hop off bus, and then got back to the airport. And then I covered my whole business class experience flying SAS Airways. In regards to like Copenhagen was a place that I'm like, I can totally totally go back and do that for like 2-3 days, which so I was glad I had a layover, so I was able to see it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can go back. And then apparently, if you take the train the wrong way, you could also end up in Sweden. So that means like Denmark and Sweden are pretty close by. So you can knock out a couple countries. Kristen says, we stayed at Atwell Suites, and I also recommend that for a pre-cruise hotel. Okay, we got to do pre-cruise hotel recommendation. So the Atwell Suites, put it on your list to try out for your pre-cruise stay. She says they had a nice balcony, fridge, and microwave, as well as very spacious. Thanks for that recommendation, Kristen, for sure. The next time I go through Miami, I'm gonna have to check that out. Go through Miami. I actually like stayed the night before. It's been a while. How close is it to the port, Kristen? The Atwell Suites. Will says, I think it's Grand Turk. I can't remember. Okay, cool. It looks lovely. Like all the shades of blue of the water. Kenny Elliott is in the building saying, hey, see. Hi, Kenny Elliott. Welcome in. Okay, so Trick has a couple. Okay, you better be a restaurant tour, Trick Daddy. Kristen says Trick has a restaurant in Miami, and he has the one in Fort Lauderdale. So y'all, the assignment is clear. For all of y'all cruising through Fort Lauderdale, cruising through Miami, y'all gotta support Trick Daddy's restaurants. Come back and let us know how it is. I already know it's gonna be great. But support him. And Kenny is saying, smash that like button and hit subscribe, everyone. Please do. Helps the channel. And it's only like 12 or 16 minutes. His restaurants are away from, Atwell Suites is only 12 to 16 minutes away from the cruise port in Miami. So yeah, worth it. This is not my, so back to like the vlog. This was not my like first layover, long layover at all. So actually, I think Paul from Travels with PMB, Paul was asking, like, he mentioned something, maybe kind of go back down memory lane of like other places I've done long layovers. So I've done a long layover in London. And my long layover in London kind of told me like I don't ever need to really go back to London. Like I don't people say go back to London, maybe go to Brixton area, but my long layover in London was kind of like, yeah, I don't really got to spend too much time at this place. But I stopped there. I did a whole hop on, hop off bus and did a river tour there. I've done a long layover in Doha, which when I did that layover, that made me be like, I would love to come back here. I've did a long layover in Paris, which allowed me to go to, and that was a long layover, like 21 hours. And I was able to go to Disneyland Paris, which I learned Disneyland Paris, and talk about affordability, is way cheaper than Disneyland in the States, and the packaging. Like you can stay in the Disney bubble and get you some tickets for a really nice price. So if you're ever around that area, check it out. So you can check off a lot of boxes, like by maximizing your flights. Sometimes I'm kind of in the mood of like exploring. Other times I'm kind of like, I'll buy the ticket that like just get me home, and I'm fine with that. Hi, Mickey's Adventure. She's saying happy Monday, and I can feel this headache coming back. Mickey says, hit the thumbs up to match the number of participants to show your support. Please do. And Ken Hill's hitting the thumbs up. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions about like how to maximize your layovers, those kind of things. But I really kind of like fell in love with Copenhagen. They have a heavy kind of like, not heavy, but they had like some spa cultures where literally they had like some saunas on the water, and you could like jump in and take a cold plunge and then go back in the sauna. I thought that was amazing. So yeah, we'll totally kind of get back there. And it's funny, even though that was a land-based trip, when we did the boat tour, immediately saw, what was it, MSC was in port that day. So you could actually, even though it's a land-based vlog, if you ever have to dock in Copenhagen, or if you're on a cruise ship, you can look at my 12-hour layover itinerary and kind of, mock that, because that's pretty much what you can do, a hop on, hop off bus all day long. So yeah. So what else we got? I'm like, I released a video related to start to ease into Explorer of the Seas content. I'm hoping to get out my first Explorer of the Seas vlog before I leave. Next week we'll have a trip announcement, so come back next week. I'm really excited about this one. It'll probably be my most unique cruise of the year for next year. A lot of repeats will be happening next year. I forgot we're already in 2026. A lot of repeats for this year. Who else we got? Parker's in the building saying, hey fam, sorry we are late. No problem, Parkers. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Was enjoying your series on MSC Grandiosa. Um, for sure. And I love the whole like light show. So MSC is one. It's funny, I don't have nothing on the books for MSC this year, but I feel like I feel like for MSC, I need to put something on the books because I believe, I'm not sure if this is true, and somebody fact check me. If you don't take a cruise on MSC in a certain period of time, you lose your reward, your was it loyalty status. So I got, what is it called? I have the black card on MSC now. Is that diamond for MSC? I think. So I believe that if you don't cruise in 2 years, they'll snatch your status away. So I gotta remember to get back on MSC. And your vlog kind of motivated me to be like, oh yeah, let me get MSC back in the rotation, particularly with their wonderful pricing. First question of the evening, thank you, Bert, for that question, is if you were to stop in Copenhagen again, what would you do or explore differently? Love that question. Hold on. I would definitely head over to Tivoli Gardens. So what happened was I was supposed to get two things in one trip. So from the airport, I got to their central station around like 8 o'clock. It was pretty quiet still. They have a tour desk in I probably would have probably did more research, Murph. I think possibly if that's one thing to answer your question, how I would explore differently. I got to their central station about 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, the central station, what is it called? A lot of things didn't open up until like 9. So I sat in the central station. They had a Starbucks. Oh my God. Their central station looked just like being like here at Union Station or any major US train station that was worth its grits. Now, some of the train stations, I'm looking at you, Newark, look a little jailish, but a good US train station. It had a Starbucks, it had a McDonald's, it had a Dunkin' Donuts. It didn't look, it looked very Americanized, which could be a little fault, but it had a Starbucks. So I went to Starbucks. First off, if you can have when you have your Starbucks inside, they actually give you the actual cups, which is something that Italy does too. Like they don't do the paper cup thing. They literally gave me like a mug. So I sat in Starbucks for like an hour until the ticket office opened. There was like a tourism office inside. I got a double ticket. The ticket that I had got me the hop on, hop off bus, and it got me the canal tour I had to pay separately. But I also tagged on a trip to Tivoli Gardens, which is the second oldest amusement park in the world. Well, given my time, I ran out of time and I wasn't able to get to Tivoli Gardens. Now, a piece of me was kind of like, I could run in there and just see it for 10 minutes, or I could I ended up just going back to the airport because I was scared about the train situation. I didn't want to push it too much, but I definitely would go back to see Tivoli Gardens for sure, figure out a way to maximize my time. But the only thing about it, if I saw Tivoli Gardens, I would not have been able to do the boat tour. So the boat tour is really helpful with orienting. I think if I also were to go back, I would try to get maybe some time with the museums. If I were to go back to spend a couple of days, I probably would try to also get into a spa because they had some cool spa culture, a lot of culture related to their water and canals. So that's probably what I would do. I think that's what I would do. I don't think I did anything terribly wrong this last time with the layover, except for I probably should have pushed myself to just run into Tivoli Gardens, do a quick 15-minute turn, look at it at least. I don't know when I'll be back on that side of the world. So I think if anything, if I were for the last trip, I were to do things differently, I would just say YOLO and go inside of Tivoli Gardens to see it. But if I go back, I would like to see that. I like to do a spa. And I like to spend more time with the museum, but actually going into some of the national landmarks. So thanks for that question. And possibly tagging on, because I learned that Sweden was a few train stops over, it appeared. I'm not sure if that's true, but it seemed like that. I would probably pop over to another country, a neighboring country. So yeah. Thanks for asking that question. Team Reese Travels is in the building. Welcome in, Team Reese. Thanks for being here. They put out did they? I can't remember. I think they put out a room tour for Liberty of Seas. They're slowly putting out their Liberty of Seas vlog. Oh, that's what they did put out. If you all want to see like, some details about the new development in Nassau for Royal Caribbean, Team Reese released the what's it called? Paradise Beach Club. They released that as well as YFC. My goodness, I am stammering all over the place today. Folks are speaking of Parker's on the go, and folks are speaking. MH Shirley Ventures is confirming the MSC status. So Raquel says, yes, I believe you have to cruise once every 3 years to maintain your MSC status. So I just hit Diamond in 2025. So I got a few years to work with. But I think I want to plot on. I want to get on MSC Divina for sure. For me, I don't know like what MSC ship I would necessarily want to do over. I think I would do World America. I don't like the repeat ships in general. But if I had to repeat an MSC ship, I would probably repeat World America. Just so I can have more time to just relax and not necessarily like vlog it. But I want to hop on MSC Divina. And I think I would be kind of good on MSC ships for a while. T Reese says, didn't know MSC was like that with their status. Yes, you have to make sure their status will roll back on you. So, okay, so I am Diamond with MSC. Okay. So make sure you get those MSC points since you don't lose your status. Parkers are saying boarding there for Grandiosa. The MSC Grandiosa video, I'll be locked in, particularly if it drops during work hours. She says their boarding day video for Grandiosa drops tomorrow. So plug into that one. Look out for that. Is it gonna be a premiere, Siobhan? Or are you dropping it? What else? Team Reese says Disney does that too. Gotta pull them back in the fold. Oh, I didn't know Disney does take backsies. Good to know. Okay, MSC and Disney were last year, so I got some time. Now, how long is Disney's? Lisa T is in the building. Welcome in, girl. She's saying happy Monday. Happy Monday. Oh, YOLO and Brandon Parker can attest to this too. If you ever went through Newark's train terminal, I did it once coming back from, I think, Oasis of the Seas. And then when Brandon was stuck in that epic flight disaster, he had to go through Newark train station. Whenever y'all go through Newark train station, come back to the Monday meetup and report back. And if you say anything less than jailish, then I know they've done some major refurbishments. Because my story, like Brandon has a whole set of other stories related to his time. My story was some dude was trying to pay for a bus ticket to Texas from Newark in change. And then there was like about to be a bit of a bum fight going on. And then this guy kept like walking like awkwardly close to me. And it was to the point, it's not too many times in my life, particularly at this age, I feel like most things you can handle with your words. But I was like, I'm gonna have to swing on him. So Newark train station, you're gonna leave out with 3 stories in an hour and a half. Trust me. Hey, G's here. Here's baby. Welcome in. She says that's true every 2 years. Okay, so Parkers are on premiere restriction. So Parkers will be dropping a MSC Grandiosa video. What time? Yola says she loves the canals. Yes, that part of the world has a lot of canal culture. Who else? Amsterdam was probably bigger on the canals than, I don't know, or maybe just that part of Copenhagen I went to. They had like where we were was like a large waterway. But whereas Amsterdam had like little like tiny canals. Was actually in a boat accident when I was in Amsterdam. The big tour boat I was on hit a smaller boat. And like if you go back and listen to it was my Beyonce Renaissance video. You can hear Lady scream. And when I turn the camera around, similar to on the Denmark vlog, you hear a bike accident behind me. Oh, and that's when I get. So yeah, as soon as I get off the hop on, hop off bus, Which, Murph, to your point, I get why some people are like get really nervous about traveling, overseas. Like, what's the worst that can go wrong? So literally, I got off the hop on hop off bus in Denmark, and I'm kind of filming from the corner, panning around, and behind me, I hear scream, ching ching, and basically this dude, like, two bikes collided. So one bike had the little, like, heavy on the bike culture, Amsterdam and Copenhagen. And it's pretty bikeable. But this dude had basically ran into this lady's, like, she had a bike with a big carrier in the front, which actually her children were in. So I'm glad there were no major injuries. He took the brunt of but like he flew over his handlebars and his wheel was bent and his shin was bloody. So he had to walk his bike back home. So that was like within my first 45 minutes of in Copenhagen. I witnessed the bike accident. Not really witnessed. I saw the aftermath. I could hear it. It was caught on camera. At least the sound was. Okay, Siobhan will drop it during the work hours. So if you need a break from whatever your job is, Parker's will have a grandiose vlog out. Teen Reese says she thinks Disney's resets every 5 years, which with those prices, Disney needs to give us grace and reset every 5 years. Folks are talking about MSC. Ken is confirming 2 years if you don't cruise, they will drop your status for MSC. Good to know. On the go with Yellow says never been to Newark. And it sounds like unless the deal is too good to be true. Yes. So, and not cruise related, but was that Newark or was that which city was New Jersey Drive? Was that that movie? Remember that movie? It was called New Jersey Drive. The first time I went to Newark, that wasn't is it Newark? It's right over a bridge. It might have been Newark. What's the New Jersey City? I'm gonna get to the point. It's bothering me. I can't remember the name of it. It might have been Newark. But the first time I went to Newark, not stopping through on a plane, not the train station. The first time I went through was for a sorority event. And we're literally inside doing the stuff. And this homeless man approaches somebody coming into the building and was like, there's a body in the parking lot. And luckily, like, the ladies didn't think like he was like crazy, or they took his claim seriously and reported it to the person who had secured the building for us. So she goes ahead and calls, which is the building is actually, it was like a school. So she goes ahead and calls the police, taking him seriously. He says, homeless individuals walking by. He says he saw a body. And sure enough, it looked like a whole episode of CSI. So I was about to run to my car, and the janitor was like, "Oh, you can't go out there right now." And I'm like, "What's going on?" And he told me the whole backstory. Like, some ladies were coming to the building. They said they saw a body. Sure enough, they had the whole like forensic unit, everything. And he was like, they got it out on the we were parking, like, was on a basketball court. The school's basketball court was also like a parking lot. And they had a tarp down. And so the guy was like, I was like, well, I want to see it. Nosy. See it with C. Nosy. I was like, I want to see it. He was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. Straight out of what was that? Boys in the Hood. You want to see a dead body? So I was like, yeah. So I peeked out the window, y'all. It looked like a deer carcass, but it was human remains. It was basically, it had been in the bush, like in the back of the school, kind of in the bushes, tucked away. It looked like it could have been it was brown. It was tan, like a deer carcass. It was wild. So that was my first or second time going to Newark. So needless to say, I don't need to spend too much time in New Jersey. Let's see. Parker's going to drop sometime between noon and 1 tomorrow. Grandiosa. Good to know. Hey, Shantia. Thanks for popping through. G Fox is in the building. G, thanks for being here, G. And folks are speaking. So cool. So that's basically, maximize a long layover. If you ever see, opportunity to break your flights up, if you're traveling somewhere far, you have opportunity. I would say, depending on the country, depending on where you're going, sometimes you need I think anywhere between like 10 to 12 hours is a good amount of time to go out and visit. If it's shorter, if they have a long cut like immigration line, it might be worth to stay at the airport. But hopefully that helps some folks. Make sure you all tune in next Monday. I'll make a trip announcement, probably my most fancy pants trip of the, not fancy pants. Yes, it is. It's a fancy pants trip of the year. Trying a new cruise line. Few quick announcements. Of course, you got the Ultimate Solo Group Cruise, June 22nd, 26th, 2026. If you want to hop on that, we got the Good Gov Getaway, which is October 9th through 11th. We're going to be eating and drinking around the world at Epcot Food and Wine Festival. You can scan that for more information, or you can, if you're interested in these, email me at c@gmail.com. What else we got here? We have the Ultimate Land and Sea, which if y'all have not seen the bounce, who's coming to bounce with us? That's going to be 2027. So I have 2 trips in 2026 if you want to travel this year. Ultimate Solo Group Cruise, as well as Epcot Food and Wine Festival. Then after that, we're going into 2027. I have 3 trips in 2027 if you want to come along. We have the Ultimate Land and Sea. Hopefully you all saw the promo. Come bounce with us in New Orleans. So we'll get there on the 14th and spend 2 days in New Orleans. And then we'll get on Carnival Dream, which Carnival Dream will be freshly out of dry dock, I believe, and new to New Orleans. So they're repositioning. Valor is going to move out and Dream is going to move in. A quick little 4-day in going to Cozumel with some of your favorite cruisers. It's not a ladies trip. It's just that the ladies are in charge of booking. So join us. It's open to everyone. Then we have a sail with me with probably the best itinerary I've ever seen in my life. And that is on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady, June 10th through the 20th. Going, basically, it's like Greek Island Glow had a baby and with Turkey, and then also cranked out Cairo. So it's on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady, which means it's adult only, 10-day cruise. You can maximize the Juneteenth holiday. We leave out of Greece, leaving out of Athens, hitting up Rhodes, hitting up Mykonos, hitting up Kusadasi? Ephesus, excuse me. I think Ephesus, Turkey. And then the big one will be in Cairo for overnight. So we get the full pyramid experience, and then a couple sea days, and then back. So that was on Virgin Voyages. And then the last trip of 2027, there'll be no more trips for 2027, is the Good Gov Getaway, which will be on Norwegian Luna. This is why I was late this afternoon. Somebody trying to get somebody's booking in. Norwegian Luna going out of New York. So if any East Coasters want to pop up, it's still $50 deposits per person, I believe. And we're going from NYC to Bermuda. And of course, if you need just any support with your general planning, ideas, I'm even starting to think about 2028 already myself. Hit me up. I'm happy to help you plan and think your trips through. If you have that, family reunion or line anniversary and you don't want to deal with, organizing people, hit me up. Seth said, what episode of CSI did I just log onto? That was wild. Yes, that was... What is it was like New Jersey Drive. What's the city? Anyway, yes, that was my first time going to New Jersey, not going to not going to Atlantic City, not going through the airport, but literally I went to New Jersey for a sorority meeting, and it was a whole body in the bushes next to the building where we were in. And yep, they called out all the units and it had been there for a while. Kristen said, I'm here for the what is it called? The murder mystery. I'm about to say that. Nope, sorry. Tia B will be at the Good Gov Getaway 2026 and 7. Yes, excited to have you for sure. I'm really looking forward to eating, drinking around the world at Epcot, because I think Food and Wine Festival is probably like, Epcot has multiple festivals throughout the year. Kristen actually got to go to, which one did you do last year? Kristen did Flower and Garden. So Flower and Garden is kind of like April, May-ish one, and then Food and Wine Fest kicks off, I think, like August. They keep adjusting the dates, August through November. And then after Food and Wine Festival, they have like a festival of the holidays or something, which it becomes more like what are the holiday markets around the world kind of thing. But for me, so far, I've only been to Food and Wine Festival. I like Food and Wine Festival because it's a good balance of like the food and the drinks. So yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I got some really good activities. I'm gonna have some games. It's gonna be team eating around the world versus team drinking around the world. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, fun, fun. So yeah. Who else we got? Folks, speaking of Sig, did Sig slip in here? I didn't say hi. Hi, Sig. I don't see her. Oh, there she goes. No, where's Sig? I saw. There she goes. Hi, Sig. Sig is saying, hey, Sig, everybody in the chat. Hi, Sig. Welcome in. Oh, I feel like I'm falling apart. Shantia said she will be on NCL. Yes, that group is pretty hefty at the moment. We have 24, about to be 25 sailing on that one. So yeah, for 2027. And if you're East Coast, you don't have to do a whole lot of plane travel. So join us. So yeah, it's See It With C. Thanks for coming to chat with me. Be here next Monday. I have a big epic trip announcement. Excited to tell you all about. I think in my camera reels, I'm going to slowly start eking out Explorer of the Seas content. I've been seeing a lot of people getting casino deals on that one. So hopefully that helps some folks. And I'll see y'all here next Monday. It's See It With C. Thanks for what we got here. Flower and garden was good for those of you into those type of things. Yeah, flower and gardens food are kind of heavy on like really not vegan, but they add like a lot of flowers, herbs, greenery, things to that. She says, and they did a tequila tasting at Epcot for $180. Oh, Jesus. But if you like tequila, that's probably worth it. It's See With C. Thanks for chatting with me. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Good night. Oh, at 8:30, tune into MH Family Adventures. They're premiering, and then Parker's on the Go is dropping one tomorrow. And thank you, Mirth. I'm gonna go lay down. Bye. I didn't end the thing. There it is.